With the end of Wipe fast approaching on April 10th, now is the time to secure your demigod rank for the cosmetic rewards this season. In this video I'll show you some of the fastest and easiest ways to speedrun to demigod before the game wipes. Anyone can do this even if you don't have a ton of time in the game or aren't very experienced with the PvE in the game at all. The first, quick and easy method is best done on the Barbarian or Druid class. If you want to play Barb, or you're gonna take Rage and Barbaric Roars for your skills, and the Crush perk. The rest of your perks don't really matter. You're not going to be fighting players, so it's not going to matter too much what the rest of your perks are. For Druid, as long as you have Shapeshift and Shapeshift Mastery, nothing else really matters. You're going to go to the marketplace and just buy enough cheap gear to get yourself into a 224 lobby. There are lots of options, so just shop around and get something as cheap as you can. As long as the items contribute to your gear score, it does not matter what they are. All you're going to do is spawn in ruins and immediately run for the red static portal. Crush any doors in your way with Crush on the Barbarian or Bear Form on the Druid, and quickly move through modules until you find the red portal. Do the same once you are in Crypts until you reach the Inferno. If you get in a tough spot while trying to run past the PvE, you can Barbaric Roar or use a variety of movement tech available to you on the Druid to escape and get to the red. Once in the Inferno, just die to the first mob you see. This method only works because of the recent changes that remove the entrance fee and allows you to still gain AP after a death. The example runs being shown took me 8.5 minutes basically total, and I got around 200 AP each time. The run shown on Barb took me 5.5 minutes, and the run on Druid took me just over 3 minutes. Since demigod is 21,000 AP, if I did this all the way to demi, it would take 105 runs and only about 7 hours. This is insanely fast, especially considering it takes no effort or skill to perform. To also put it in further perspective, So Bad Strange just speedran to demi on the Cleric using actual skill hunting down players, and he finished in just under 7 hours. So it's really crazy. You're basically competing with world record time without doing anything skillful at all. If this previous method sounds way too boring and you actually want to play the game normally, then I highly recommend hopping on the Warlock for your demigod climb. You're going to take Hellfire, Hydra, and Flame Walker, as well as Curse of Pain and Power of Sacrifice for your spells. For the perks, as long as you have Torture Mastery and Vampirism, you'll be fine. Again, the goal is not to fight players, it is just to gather AP, so you should be fine. For skills, you obviously go Phantomize and Spell Memory. Most of your points are going to come from taking red portals, killing sub-bosses or mobs, and collecting loot. It is okay to PvP early on, but just know the higher rank you get, the less each player kill is worth to you. Used to be, it was also much more risky the higher you got, but now that you don't lose, it's a little more encouraged to fight other players. Other than player kills, you're looking for the highest tier loot you can find that takes up the least amount of inventory space. For example, a purple bangle would be more valuable AP wise than a purple helmet, since it only takes up a single inventory slot, while the helmet would take up 4. This also means you should prioritize picking up the new black roses that came with the new merchant. These take up only 2 slots and are of unique rarity, so they give you a lot of points. Since the Inferno has a high density of sub bosses and the best loot in the game, this is the primary map you should rush for points. You can kill bosses if you'd like, but it really isn't worth it time-wise unless you consistently beat bosses in about 3 or 4 minutes. Lastly, it is important to look for sub-boss kills along the way. You don't have to know each moveset, since there are many ways to cheese all of these mobs. On Warlock, this is especially easy with Hydra, Flame Walker, and Hellfire. If you're in trouble, you can always throw Hydra down in between you. They will aggro on the Hydra. You can Flame Walk through a bunch of mobs and Phantomize to kill a bunch of mobs at one time. And Hellfire, you can stand on ledges or Hellfire through doors and walls. There's a lot of ways to cheese mobs on the Warlock. Most of the time, all of these can be cheesed by standing on a ledge and cheesing with spells. By prioritizing the correct things during your run, you can easily get 600 to 700 AP even on like a very average run. You can get well over 1,000 on good runs. This method is not as fast as the previous method, but it won't require nearly as many runs, and it might feel a lot less repetitive. Either method you choose will get you to demigod really fast and easy. Overall, I hope this video was useful to you, and good luck to everyone who hasn't gotten their demigod yet this season. That is all I have for you guys today. Take care, good luck, and I will see you in the next one.